So they just healed their exhaustion. Dang it. We have no Galarian Zigzagoons, so we're gonna have to knock it out with 2 hits. No choice there. But we can actually prepare our next Sableye now. So let's prepare the next Sableye. Let's hope we have enough energy cards because we actually only have 9 and 1 Turbo Patch. And you gotta flip coin for that Turbo Patch. So I don't like a Turbo Patch. We've already transferred with our ear moves. So the only thing we can do is Crazy Claw. Oh my gosh, they paused the turn. So that's it for them, I suppose. Oh, they have that Braixen prepared though. Braixen Charizard. We have to get our second Sableye. Darn it. We can attach energy, but we can't get a Sableye out. But we can confuse them though the next turn. Let's hope confusing is enough. If they welder, we can't do anything. We don't have Cape of Toughness. We have no Sableyes. Oh, we have a Cape of Toughness now. Okay, we get the transfer for the knockout. Yep. Oh, thank God. Phew, that was close. Like it shouldn't be this close. Like we have so much advantage. I made way too many mistakes, I suppose. So that's how powerful your Meowstic is. You get to transfer damage counters and they don't get to protect with their Mew. Okay, let's see if we can knock out. No, we can't knock it out. So I forgot to check for the metal goggles. Always check before you transfer. Let's just put that one. So Crazy Claw. Hello everybody, welcome back to Bearware the Terrible. Today we have a new deck in the standard format for you called the Sonic Destruction. So in Sonic Destruction, we are featuring our Meowstic card from Battle Styles with the Ear Moves ability, allowing you to move 1 damage counter from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. It's only 1 damage counter, but you get to stack this ability. You get to have a lot of Meowstics in play. You get to move up to 4 damage counter from your Pokemon to your opponent's Pokemon per turn. So obviously we are only expecting to have 2 Meowstics in play because 2 could be on our prize card, 2 could be discarded with a deranged GX. They could show up at the wrong time. That is why we need to have 4 of each Aspers and Meowstics in this deck. It's better to have 4 because, you know, you cannot rely on all of them being in your deck. They could be in your prize card. So 4 Meowstics, 4 Aspers, and 3 Sableyes. So Sableye v Meowstic is our main strategy for this deck. Crazy Claws allow you to do 60 extra damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon with a base damage of 10. That means our strategy is essentially to retreat switch our Pokemon with our Spikemuth, allowing us to place damage counters on our own Pokemon and then transfer those damage counters to their active Pokemon with our ear moves and then deal a lot of damage with a crazy amount of damage with our Crazy Claws. Obviously, it's not a lot because you only get to transfer 1 damage counter with each Meowstic you have in play. We're only expecting to play 2 Meowstics on our bench. That means we can only do up to 130 damage that way with Crazy Claws. Essentially, adding up to 150 damage onto your opponent's active Pokemon. 150 is not enough to knock out a Pokemon V, not enough to knock out a Tag Team VMAX. Obviously, it's enough to knock out a 1 prize card, but that's not what we are targeting. So it's better to add other cards to add damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon because 2 is just not enough. So relying only on our Meowstic ear move to place damage counters on our opponent's active Pokemon is not a good idea because that would not be enough. So we have our Brady Kick ability allowing us to place 3 damage counter on one of our opponent's Pokemon, but we do have to flip a coin to be able to use this ability, and your turn ends if you use this ability. So you should only be using this ability on the first few turns of the game when you cannot attack with your Sableye V, because that is the only time you get to use that you should be passing your turn. Otherwise, you shouldn't. If you can already attack, you shouldn't use that ability anymore because you're gonna have to flip a coin for it as well. So that's how bad this ability is. But if it does work, it gives you a huge advantage. You flip a coin and you get ahead. you get to place 3 damage counter on their Pokemon. So on your next turn, you get to do 190 already without ear moves. So it is also a free retreat cost card. Free retreat cost card is great because you get to retreat easily. You get to retreat and do a lot of damage. Retreat and place 2 damage counter on your Tyrogue, and then transfer those 2 damage counters with your Meowstic to their active Pokemon, essentially doing 130 already. And if you have already Brady Kick, you can do 350. 360 damage. So I'm sorry, my math is a bit bad. So if you do 3 damage counter with your Brady Kick and place 2 damage counters with your ear moves, you get to do 310 damage with your Crazy Claws, essentially adding damage up to 370 with those damage counters placement and knocking out a VMAX tag team Pokemon with 1 hit. So that's how powerful your Brady Kick is. If it works, it's gonna work really well. If it doesn't work, it's gonna be bad for you. So another way of adding damage counters on our opponent's Pokemon is with Confusion. So Yell Horn confuses our opponent's Pokemon, forcing them to retreat. If they retreat, they're gonna have to place damage counter on their Pokemon. If they don't retreat, they're gonna have to gamble for a heads. If they flip a tails, they're gonna have to place 3 damage counter on their Pokemon, essentially adding even more damage to our Crazy Claws attack. So that's how powerful the Yell Horn card is, and we are also playing free retreat cost cards. That means we get to remove the confusion easily on our own Pokemons. And we also have our switch cards. We don't have a switch or escape rope or scoop up nets in this deck. Scoop up net is not good because if you scoop up your Pokemon, you don't get to place damage counters on it. With Spikemuth, it's better to have switch or escape rope if you're playing a Spikemuth Asper deck. A Spikemuth Meowstic deck. So we only have Bird Keepers is because we don't want to waste those spaces for those item cards. Switch doesn't allow you to do anything else, whereas Bird Keeper allows you to draw 3 cards. That's why I like Bird Keeper. And the way we are trying to place damage counter on our Pokemon is with a retreat. That is why we need to be getting out our basic retreat, basic 0 retreat cost Pokemon cards out in the first few turns, within the first few turns of the game, because those cards are very, very important for this deck. If you don't get them out fast enough, then you can't place damage counter on your Pokemon. You can't transfer those damage counters. So you need to get these 3 cards, any one of these 3 cards. We also have a Tailwind Flame V in this deck because we get to use Fast Light for a colorless energy cost. That means we get to attach Dark Energy to use Fast Light. And we also have ways of attaching energy fast to our Sableye V. We have a BD. We have only 1 BD, 1 Turbo Patch, and 1 Experience Share because I can't find any more space for it. So Experience Share allows you to recharge another bench Sableye V, so that you get to on your next turn attach an extra energy and you're good to go, ready to attack for another Crazy Claw hit. So that's how powerful Experience Share is. It's better to have more Experience Share, but I like to have a variety. That's why I have another BD and another Turbo Patch. So BD only allows you to attach a basic energy card from your hand. That's why we don't have any special energy. We're not playing Hiding energies in this deck. It might be good to play Hiding because Hiding allows your Sableye V to retreat as well for 0 retreat cost. But I like to have a BD, Energy Spinner, and basic energy cards in this deck. So it's just a personal preference for me. I prefer not to have special energies. It might be good to have only 1 Hiding energy just to have, just to give you even more flexibility for this deck. So I might change it into 1 Hiding energy and 8 basic energies. So we also have a Marshadow just in case they play Chaotic Swell, and 1 Cape of Toughness just to boost our HP, our Sableye V, because Sableye V gets knocked out very easily, and that allows you to stay in play hopefully for another turn, because if they damage your Sableye V without knocking it out, then you get to transfer those damage counters without having to play your Spikemuth card. So you don't have to play a Spikemuth anymore. All you need to do is get out your Meowstics as fast as you can, as many Meowstics on your bench as possible. Obviously, if you have way too many Meowstics, you can't play your deranged X, so you kind of have to be smart with the game in that sense. Make sure you only have 2 or 3 Meowstics in play, because if you have way too many, then the deranged X can't be put in a bench. You can't play your Tyrogue as well. So sometimes it's better to have only 2 Meowstics in play. I like to have a max of 2 Meowstics, because even if I have 3, it doesn't do much unless they're playing a VMAX and they can't do anything. If they play a VMAX and they don't do much and they pass the turn a lot, then I'm gonna have 3 Meowstics in play. That actually speeds up my game. If they do a lot per turn, then they can actually knock out your Sableye V very fast. Then it's not smart to be playing way too many Meowstics. So it just really relies on the game and relies on personal preference. So I prefer to have only 2 Meowstics in play. That way I get to transfer every turn 2 damage counters, 2 damage counters, 2 damage counters. And if I can't attack yet, I'm gonna use my Bready Kick to place 3 damage counters if I flip a heads. And then I can use my Yell Horn to confuse them, forcing them to retreat and add those damage counters to their Pokemon. If they don't heal, we're relying on them not healing, then we get to do a lot of damage on the next turn with our Crazy Claw. If they are using a lot of heal cards in their deck, if they are playing in DDV even, then we have to attack immediately after transferring. After transferring your damage counters, attack immediately with your Crazy Claws. Otherwise, they're gonna heal those 2 damage counters and you can't do anything anymore. So those 2 transfers would be wasted. Your Spikemuth retreat would be wasted. So you're gonna have to retreat again the next turn. We have 3 Bird Keepers in this deck as well, because Bird Keeper allows us to do a double switch. If we retreat and switch, we get to place 4 damage counter on our Pokemon, and we essentially get to use 3 Meowstics. So in the event that you're playing 3 Meowstics, sometimes you have to, sometimes you can, because you know, the game is more loose in that sense. So sometimes it's better to play 3 Meowstics. If you have 3 Meowstics, you get to do a double switch, a switch retreat for 4 damage counter placement on your Pokemon, and then transfer those 3 damage counters on their active Pokemon, essentially knocking out a V Pokemon with your Crazy Claws. So Load Surge also allows us to recollect our trainer cards. So sometimes you may have a Sableye V stuck in the active spot early on in the game, and then you can't do anything but use your Load Surge. So Load Surge could be a good attack sometimes, because we can actually save our BD, we can actually save our experience share, and certain other cards, supporter cards as well. So we are playing a lot of setup cards. We are playing 4 Marnies, 1 Professor Oak setup. So Oak setup is a good card to have because we are playing a lot of different types. We are playing Psychic type, Fighting type, and Dark type. Obviously, Talonflame is a Fire type, but we don't want to be placing this onto the bench. As I said, it's better not to have a Talonflame in play unless you have no choice but to, because your Tyrogue is in your prize card, or you don't have a Tyrogue in your deck, or it's already in your discard pile. Then you have no choice but to play your Talonflame V, because it is a free retreat cost Pokemon, and it allows you to use your Fast Flight for an extra 6 prize card into your hand. Sorry, extra 6 cards into your hand to draw 6 cards, but you have to discard your hand though. And then we also have our supporter cards, our Marnies, our Professor's Research, our Bruno, and our Bird Keeper to draw cards. And then BD, only 1 BD and 1 Energy Spinner to get our energy cards. We have 9 basic energy cards in this deck, and we have 3 Evolution Incenses and 2 Pokemon Communication. So that is all for the deck list. 3 Quick Balls as well, and 3 Didin GXs. 3 Sableyes and 2 Tyrogues and 1 Talonflame V. So that is all for the deck list. Let's go for gameplay. Today's music will be Electro Swing, featuring no copyright music from Smooth Sounds. So Electro Swing is the style for today, is the carnival circusy swing style, the mad swing style, because we are featuring our insane card, Crazy Claw card. Just in case they knock out our Asper. but we actually give off that we are using that Meowstic. So the reason we are using a Cataday Asper is because we want to give off the illusion that we are playing a Cataday deck, but we are not playing a Cataday deck. We are playing a Meowstic Battle Styles. So that's the advantage of having, oh, we got a heads. Having a different expansion card in the deck to confuse your opponent, to make them prepare for something else, because they might be, you know, over preparing for something else, and if they do, we're hoping they do, then they're gonna be screwed. But we have already revealed our Meowstic card, so there is no what do you call that, there's no shroud anymore. The shroud is lifted, and they discarded our energy. Crushing Hammer, we can't do anything unless we have a Turbo Patch. So we're gonna need a Bird Keeper. So let's make it hard for them. Let's do that. And then Kick. Oh, we can actually evolve. Should we evolve that one? If they flip, oh, 90. 90 is gonna knock it out though. I thought it's a coin flip Magio. Galarian Stunfisk. It's not a Magio, by the way. Magio is the Japanese name. I keep calling it Magio because the first time I saw this card, the first time I was introduced to this Pokemon, because I was really excited when, I think it's a black and white Pokemon, the electric type. I can't remember when it was released. I think it's black and white. So the first time I was introduced to the black and white Stunfisk was when I saw the Japanese version. So the Japanese version obviously is named Stunfisk. Is named Magio. So that's why I keep calling it Magio. Magio. So they retreated, I think. Yep, they retreat with the Bird Keeper. Let's just attach our energy. I really want to use a Dedenne, but oh well. Looks like they're using, oh, we got 3 heads, look at that. Looks like they're using a Berserker from Rebel Clash. Claw Dagger. Not really that strong. If they have a Berserker from, can't remember the expansion, Sword and Shield I think, then they get to add damage though. So they can actually knock out our Asper right now if they can, or they might not be able to. Because I think they put that into play on that turn, not sure. So let's just retreat. Yeah, let's just retreat. Oh, we're gonna have to evolve before we retreat. So we have a Pokecom. If we get a Pokemon the next turn, we get to call for a Dedenne. So I'm gonna evolve first because it's the same retreat cost. And we have a Spikemuth, so we have to watch out. Let's just ear moves first. So they don't have Metal Goggles. If they have a Metal Goggles, we can't place damage counters with our ability. We can't use ear moves. So they have a Metal Goggles on their Berserker, but not their Lookmel. Let's retreat now. Okay, now let's use Crazy Claw. Okay, we are facing a mild opponent. Thank goodness, because this deck is not really that good. Like if you're up against ADP, if you're up against those fire decks, those crazy fire decks, Scorch VMAX, Victini VMAX. Victini VMAX is not actually that powerful because we're not playing VMAXs, and we don't have that many one price cards. So if they can't knock us out, as I said before, we can transfer those damage counters onto their Pokemon and do even more damage with Crazy Claws. But if they play like Corviknight VMAX, all of those meta decks, Celestial Whipping Bell, one price decks as well, Mad Party, then this deck is just not good. Mad Party, you can still transfer for the knockout, but you know, it's not very likely that you can do that in time because Mad Party is super fast, especially when they play Exiles. Well, obviously Exile is not going to do much because our Pokemon is very low HP, so they don't need to exile. The reason they need to be playing in exile is to add those Mad Party cards to their discard pile so that they get to knock out ADP card or any VMAX cards with their Mad Party. But you can't actually knock out a VMAX with your Mad Party. We can't actually do any damage with our Crazy Claw because they have... Oh, that's an experience share. I thought it's a Metal Goggles, darn it. I really thought it was a Metal Goggles. So let's just not flip coins anymore because our luck probably ran out. Let's just not waste our luck, our coin flips. Just in case our luck runs out, better to have that 10 damage instead. Okay, they're drawing cards, they're attaching to their Zacian, that's bad. We better accumulate on the Zacian now, because if we don't, they are gonna protect with their Metal Goggles. So we can attach with that one now. So let's just delay the game, just because we should be preparing for that Metal Goggles. So if we didn't place that damage counter, we are gonna need 2 strikes to knock out the Zacian, and that's not good because we only have 3 Sableys in this deck, and we can only play 3 actually, because if they knock out all 3 Sableys, then they win the game. Or if they boss or knock out a Dedenne, all they need to do is knock out 2 Sableys. Coating energy. Rip and squeeze. I can't retreat the next turn? Yep. Interesting. 90. So that's a Vivid Voltage card. Wow. 90 for 3 energies. Okay, let's see if we can knock out. No, we can't knock it out. So I forgot to check for the Metal Goggles. Always check before you transfer. Let's just put that one. So, Crazy Claw. Oof. Thank goodness we transferred. See, you actually heal those damage counters. So it's a counter attack. So it's the same ability as the old Galarian Stunfisk, but different attack. So I think Rebel Clash Stunfisk has 2 energy attack cost for a coin flip attack. So you flip a coin until you get tails, do 30 extra damage for 30 base damage for each coin flips that you flip heads. So because we actually heal those 2 damage counters, that counter attack doesn't knock us out. Otherwise it would have. Oh, we actually have a Cape of Toughness, so that counter attack actually doesn't knock us out if we have, even if we didn't transfer our... I'm over explaining things. So even if we didn't transfer our damage counters. So they just healed their Zacian. Dang it. We have no Galarian Zigzagoons, so we're gonna have to knock it out with 2 hits. No choice there. But we can actually prepare our next Sableye now. So let's prepare the next Sableye. Let's hope we have enough energy cards because we actually only have 9 and 1 Turbo Patch. And you gotta flip coin for that Turbo Patch. So I don't like a Turbo Patch. We've already transferred with our ear moves, so the only thing we can do is Crazy Claw. They can't attack, they need to retreat, switch, air balloon. But Zacian is crazy. Like, Zacian is just crazy. Pokeball. Interesting. Very mild player, thank goodness. You get paired up with way too many meta decks, you get sick of those top players, because the higher you get, the less original you get. Like, it's always the same deck formation, always the same deck builds. No originality, no creativity, just no fun at all. It's just win, win, win. All they do is just fight for the win. They don't care about you know, colors. They only care about winning. So we can knock out this card. They can Mellow and Lana and heal that, but they still... Good thing about Spikemuth is Mellow and Lana doesn't max heal it. Even if they're 120 and less, 120 and less damage countered, they still can't max heal it because Spikemuth damages it by 2 damage counters after the retreat, after the switch. And we got a Yellhorn. Yellhorn can be super powerful at the right time. All we need to do is retreat our Sableye after using the Yellhorn, or use a Birdkeeper, because we don't have enough energies to spare anymore. So it's better not to retreat you as a Sableye because you have to waste those 2 energy cards. Unless they're playing a lot of VMAXs, then you don't have to spare, and you don't have to spare that many energy cards. All you need is 2 Sableye, 2 Crazy Claw hit, then you can knock out 2 VMAX at the right time. Unless you don't have enough damage counters on that Pokemon, then you're gonna have to save your energies. Doesn't look too good for them. They're gonna have to heal and knock out something. Or they can even use a Metal Saucer Lookmel for a full Metal Wall. Corviknight V. They're playing a very wide variety here. And a Corviknight as well. Oh, a Flying Taxi one, I think. Wow. Okay, they knock out our second Sableye. I think that was the second one, yep. Thank goodness we have our third one in the deck. Because that's our... Oh, we should have used a Yellhorn. Oh, no point. They're already damaged. What can they do? They can evolve Metal Saucer and kill us. So that's pretty scary. I'm gonna check for Birdkeeper. I should have switched to that Tyrogue, my bad. Because we don't have any damage counter on that card yet. Let's get a Birdkeeper. Let's hope for a Birdkeeper. No Birdkeeper. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to use our... Oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. 1000 damage, wow. Because we have 0 damage on that Corviknight. I forgot. Okay, we got a Birdkeeper, that's fine. But we only get to do 150 damage. That's not enough. I forgot to do my retreat. I got overconfident there. So they clutch, but we can still use a Birdkeeper. Oh, we don't need to use a Birdkeeper because they use their clutch. That was silly. So all we need to do is... Oh, we actually should use our Birdkeeper. If they have an energy switch, we're done for though. Do we have any energy cards left? Oh no, no more energy cards. So if they... Oh my god, this is really scary actually. If they have a full Metal Wall, we're done. If they use a full Metal Wall, we're done. Oh dear, I used my Sonia. Oh no. I'm gonna have to knock out the Corviknight V. Oh my god, I made too many mistakes. I used my Sonia to search my deck. I should have used a Evolution Incense to check my deck. That was so stupid. They're gonna retreat now. So 6 damage counters. Oh, thank god for Spikemuth. That actually adds 2. That means we only need to transfer 4. So full Metal Wall, we're dead. Sableye V is dead. no point using a Turbo Patch because we have no energies. So let's transfer Birdkeeper, transfer some more. We don't need much. We really don't need much. So let's save our Tyro. I don't know what to save really. They can't knock us out actually, so let's just put that. So all we need is a heads. If we flip our heads, oh, we should have used our Yell Horn. Ah, what's wrong with me? Oh. Way too many mistakes. Okay, we get transfer for the knockout. Yep. Oh, thank God. Phew, that was close. Like we shouldn't be. It shouldn't be this close. Like we have so much advantage. I made way too many mistakes, I suppose. So that's how powerful your Meowstic is. You get to transfer damage counters and they don't get to protect with their Mew. So if they are heavily damaged and they retreat to their bench spot, you get to add damage counter with your Spikemuth and you get to use your Meowstic for the knockout. Hopefully they are heavily damaged, then all you need to do is use your Meowstic to add those few damage counters for the knockout. Then that's how powerful your Meowstic card is. Ear moves. So that's why this deck is called the Sonic Destruction, because we are using the the sound moves. Got Sableye as the active Pokemon. Got Sonia. Sonia is actually better than Oak Setup if you already have one of the cards that you need, and you know you're likely to have one of the few cards that you need. The Sonia gets your second Sableye. Oak Setup gets your second Sableye, your Tyrogue, and your Asper, but it doesn't allow you to get two Aspers. Whereas Sonia allows you to prepare for two Meowstics on the next turn. So they're playing Centiskorch VMAX. Could be a good thing for us, could be a bad thing because they're playing a 3-price card. 3-price deck is good, but they charge up very fast, they attack very fast. We are very, very slow because Meowstic is a super slow card. So they can already Welder and knock us out the next turn. But I suppose we can't do anything about that. So let's get one of each. Let's just get one of each. Charge up our Sableye. Birdkeeper the next turn. And we're ready to go. Yes, we got another hit. Wow, super lucky day today. But we need a lot to knock out the Centiskorch VMAX. We need two Meowstics. 5 times 6 is 300. So if we have 5 damage counters, that's enough to knock out the VMAX. Hope they don't evolve Welder. If they evolve Welder, we are done, but like there's a very low chance that they can't do that. Like close to 0.1% that they don't Welder on the first turn. Like you'd be surprised. You'd think it would be 20% that they could Welder on the first turn, but no, guys, no. For a fire deck, they can Welder on the first turn. Rare Candy evolve their Charizard up to 99%. Like I'm not kidding, it's just crazy. So we can actually damage it. Oh, we can actually knock it out. Wow, that's crazy. Let's just thin our deck so we get our energy cards hopefully, or a Dedenne at least. Because if we get an energy card, they are done. Oh my god, they're done. So let's put a Spikemuth just for fun. Oh my god, we actually defeated a Centiskorch just because they had a really bad hand to start with, and we won on our second turn. 250. Just because we are lucky with our Brady Kick and they got unlucky with their their first draw. Oh my god, that was super scary. Fire decks are mad. Okay, let's go for our third game. Just because we have the time for it and the last game was way too fast. I don't mind if I get a lose for this one because I got 2 wins. I'm happy. This deck is really not powerful, like it's just way too slow. But it's good enough sometimes. Sometimes if you get lucky with your Ready Kick, with your energy card attachment, if they don't have crushing hammers, you might be lucky enough to win. And it's also a fun deck to play with, you know? It's not good to just focus on winning all the time. It's better to have fun, find new ways of attacking, new combos, new formations, so that you can surprise other people, you know? Victini VMAX, Max Victory, V Bullet, Flash Shot, pretty much useless. They already damage us, so we got to transfer that. Let's get a Sableye. Another Meowstic, another Asper, my bad. So I traded for a full art Sableye because the regular art is more expensive. Trade wise, at the time, I'm not sure why, the regular art Sableye cost more in terms of packs. So we got a Tails. We finally got unlucky, our luck finally ran out. Got a Tails with our Ready Kick. The Brat did not work. They're gonna discard their energies. Flash Shot? Please don't. If they evolve, then we are done as well. I'm not sure what the first attack of Victini VMAX is. Can't remember. Oh, they're gonna use... oh. Flash Shot. Oh wow. We're gonna have to retreat Spikemuth. Okay, we got one. We have no Spikemuth though. Looks like we're gonna have to Tyrook again. Oh, we get to use Yellhorn, yay! But no Spikemuth, darn it. That's just annoying. They're gonna evolve though. So let's just put this one. I'm hoping they don't play a Chaotic Swell. If they do, I can Bird Keeper and retreat anyways. Oh, another Tails. Shiny Flames. Victory Pokemon. You confused us. Okay, they pass the turn. Let's transfer that. Oh, they poison us, so we get to transfer the damage counters. Should we leave it in the active spot? Let's just do that. Because we can actually save our Bird Keeper for when they have enough damage. Yeah, finally ahead, yes. For when they have enough damage counters, then we can do more with our Crazy Claws for a one-hit knockout. If they evolve, we can still transfer 2. If we have a Spikemuth, let's hope. All we need is one more actually. If they don't heal their Victini, obviously they can Mellow and Lana and do some crazy stuff. Oh my gosh, they paused the turn. So that's it for them, I suppose. Oh, they have that Braixen prepared though. Braixen Charizard. We have to get our second. Our second Sableye. Darn it. We can attach energy, but we can't get a Sableye out. So if we have a Spikemuth, we can discard that for a Sableye. Let's just do that. But we can confuse them though the next turn. Let's hope confusing is enough. If they welder, we can't do anything. We don't have Cape of Toughness. We have no Sableyes. Oh, we have a Cape of Toughness now. But they can still welder on this turn and knock us out. And they can even search for 3 cards. Oof, Brilliant Flare is scary. Because if you don't have Marnie, you get to use all those 3 cards that they search their deck for. We're up against Mao players today. I'm not sure why. Like, we have a really good luck. Because this deck, it scored me only very few wins. I got a lot of losers with this deck. Even after trying really hard and, you know, making it as strong as I can, adding Yell Horns, Cape of Toughness, Spear and Share, Tie Rogue, adding as many things as I can. If they use ADP, you're done. You know, it's just really scary that way. So we're gonna call out our second Sableye. Seems like a silly thing to do, but you know, Sableye is 2 energy attack cost. We can't have that. We can't be wasting. Let's just attach that one so that doesn't get knocked out. Crazy Claw. Experience Share. So they didn't welder and they have a steel energy, a metal energy. I wonder why. I wonder where their Victini went. Oh, they used a Brock's Grid. That's funny. So that is all for our Sonic Destruction deck featuring the Meowstic Ear Moves card from Battle Style. So Ear Moves, as I said, allows you to move 1 damage counter from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like, but it's only 1 damage counter. That is why you need as many on your bench as possible, as fast as you can. And then that way it allows you to do a lot of damage with your Crazy Claws. Obviously, you only get to transfer 2 or 3 per turn, allowing you to do a max of 190 damage with your Crazy Claw, which is not good. But if they already damage their own Pokemon with your Spikemuth card, Spikemuth and Yellhorn is the way we are trying to add those extra damage counters on their Pokemon, because if they retreat or if they flip a tails with our Confusion card, because Yellhorn actually confuses them and we actually are playing free Richie Cross cards in this deck. That means if we confuse our own Tyrogue or our own Talonflame V, we get to retreat and then recover the special condition and then attack on the same turn. So Yellhorn not only allows us to bind them, it also forces them to switch and damage their own Pokemon if they can't find a Stadium card, if they don't have a Marshadow, if they don't discard our Stadium card, then they're gonna have to damage their own Pokemon as well. So even if that damage counter doesn't knock it out, even if Crazy Claw doesn't knock it out, we essentially heavily damage them with our Crazy Claw up to 150, 130 damage or 190 damage with your Crazy Claw, plus those 2 or 3 damage counters, plus another 2 damage counter from your Spikemuth, plus another few damage counters. All you need to do is add a few more damage counters to knock out that Pokemon. Even if it's in their banned spot, even if they have retreated their Pokemon, you can on the next turn transfer extra damage counters from your Tyrogue or your Sableye V or any other cards with your Meowstic. Obviously, you have to damage your own Pokemon by retreating with your Tyrogue or Talonflame V. We also have a Talonflame V in this deck, or with your Birdkeeper. Then you get to switch your Pokemon to damage your own Pokemon, so that you get to transfer those damage counters, damage your Pokemon with Spikemuth obviously, and then transfer those damage counters with your Meowstic Ear Moves to your to that bench Pokemon. Because if you transfer it to that bench Pokemon, you can knock it out, because they are essentially heavily damaged. If they don't heal with a Mellow and Lana, then you can add those few damage counters for the knockout. So that's how powerful your Ear Moves card is. It's not only good for your Crazy Claw, it's also good for the final blow. So sometimes all you need is 1 or 2 damage counters to knock out one of their Pokemon stuck at the what do you call that? That is safe in their bench spot with a Mew on there, then you can't damage it. All you can do is transfer your damage counter. But if they have a Metal Goggles, obviously you can't do that because Metal Goggles protects them from damage counters. It's better to have Tool Scrapper if you're playing this deck, because if they have a Metal Goggles, then this deck is broken, this deck is destroyed. You cannot transfer damage counters to their Pokemon. So as you saw earlier, if they are playing a Metal Goggles, all you can do is use a well, Tyrogue can't actually do anything either because Tyrogue places damage counter. It's not damage, it's damage counter. And your Crazy Claw can't do any damage as well because it's only 10. So if they don't have any damage counter on their Pokemon, and if they have a Metal Goggles, then you essentially can't attack at all because we don't have any other attack except Crazy Claw and, you know, damage counter placements. So Metal Goggles will destroy this deck, but any other deck will be good. So if they are playing one price decks as well, this deck is not good because we are relying only on Crazy Claws. Unless Mad Party, you may have a chance of winning a Mad Party deck because Ear Moves you get to transfer those few damage counters, essentially knocking out a Bunnelby or a Sinistee with only a few Meowstics. You need to have 3 Meowstics in play. So every turn you get to knock out not only a bench Sinistee or a bench Bunnelby, but also their active Pokemon with your Crazy Claw. So that's how powerful your Meowstic card is. But also, if they are playing VMAX, a lot of VMAX cards tag teams, you can knock out very easily with your Crazy Claw within the first few turns because you can speed charge with your BD, Turbo Patch, or your Experience Share. Obviously, Experience Share only works for later on in the game, but it's good to have Experience Share because you get to use a back-to-back Sableye V card, Crazy Claw attack, if your Sableye V in the active spot gets knocked out, or if your Talon Flame with your First Light attack gets knocked out. If something with energy attached to it gets knocked out in the active spot, you get to use your Crazy Claw on the next turn. So that's how powerful your Experience Share is. So Sableye Experience Share is a good combo, but obviously we have other cards as well to attach energy because we don't want to be relying too much on Experience Share. Turbo Patch is pretty good, but you have to flip a coins. BD, you have to have extra energies in your hand. So obviously a Sableye V deck is better to have Galarian Zigzagoon, the standard meta one, because the meta one is actually more powerful. This one is just a fun deck to play with. I'm just offering you a different flavor so that you get to explore new territories and have fun with the game, because it's you know, always playing the same cards is like drudgery. It's just boring and lame. So having new cards, being trotting on new territories, you know, exploring new paths and breaking boundaries actually helps you grow as a person. So if you explore different colors and be different, have your own personality, explore your own originality, then you actually get to have even more fun with this game. That's why this game is so fun, because you get to mix and mash, you get to make a deck of your own, not just you play the same deck that everyone keep using, but have your own very own deck, you know, a deck that you can call your own. So this is a deck that I can call my own, called the Sonic Destruction, featuring Meowstic and Sableye. But obviously, if you're playing tournaments, if you're going for Players Cup, if you're going for wins, this deck is not a deck to go for. It's better to have a Sableye V, Galarian Zigzagoon, Sableye V, Blow Away Bomb, Sableye V, Turbo Patch, and a lot of Experience Shares in it. Also, you have a lot of cards. You need a lot of cards to place damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon. That means Flapple could be good as well, unless they have Galarian Weezing. If they have Galarian Weezing, then all of your abilities will not work. If they have Metal Goggles, your abilities will not work. Stealthy Hood as well. So you're gonna have to think of ways of getting around those cards. Tool Scrapper would work, but Galarian Weezing is a bit more difficult. You need boss orders, you need catchers to get around that Galarian Weezing card. Unless they're playing a full Weezing deck, then boss order will do nothing. If they have all Weezings on their bench and their active spot, then boss order will do nothing. So Weezing is a Sableye crusher in that sense. Unless you're playing a Weezing as well. I've made a Sableye deck before. You can check it out in the description. I'll drop the link below. So another Sableye V deck, a good Sableye V deck that will score you a lot of wins. It's not a fun deck to play. This is just a fun variation of the Sableye deck featuring the Battle Styles Meowstic card. So a stronger Sableye V deck which I've made will be in the link below. So check out the description for that deck. It features our Sableye V, Weezing, and also the XU, because XU actually protects your Pokemon from crushing hammers, protects it from boss order, so they can't actually do much with they can't sabotage your XU. So if you have an XU and a Nanu, then you can essentially attach energy to your XU and then Nanu for your Sableye V and attack Crazy Claw on your next turn very fast. So that's how strong your XU card is, because XU actually allows you a full protection, a full energy card protection. It's kind of like the energy, I can't remember the ability, but Carbink, the old Carbink card has the energy protection that protects all basic Pokemon's energy cards from being discarded by effects of attacks, trainer cards, or any ability. So ability, trainer cards, and effects of attacks cannot discard energy cards from your basic Pokemon. That's the Carbink's ability. But it only works for basic Pokemon and it's not standard. So it's no longer standard. That Carbink card is only allowed in the expanded format. So that's all for this deck. I hope you enjoy it. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. If you find our videos interesting, entertaining, or fulfilling in any way, please like, share, and subscribe. And check out the description for more videos, for more updates on PTCGO content. And we'll see you in the next video. Have fun with this game. Keep exploring new territories. Keep shining in your own way, building decks of your own, and finding your own style, whether it's rapid strike, single strike, or full strike. Bye guys!